Stadium, better known as the Swamp, as we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davies with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So Florida's offense will get the football first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive...
Turning it on! The 30, the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Gator!
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wolfpack offense comes out, and they'll go on the attack for the first time today. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence. All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They pick up just 1. It'll be 3rd and 9.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Florida. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had great defense to go with it. This defense playing well.
Pulled down for the tackle.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And this will push the offense back as they mark it dead at the 10. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Gators, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Here's the pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Jones to throw. Makes the grab. It's Dobbs. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it.
Sprinting away. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up, and now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Gators! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State has to come up with a big play here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it'll be down right there.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Gators can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Making side adjustments here. Off play action. He's got it down the left side. Running free. Touchdown, Florida. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, the defense has got to be kicking themselves. They have the offense pinned back so deep in their own end. It's one thing to give up a completion, but you can't let the receiver go the entire distance and score a touchdown. Bad job on the back end by the D.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field?
NC State, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Try and play action. Right down the middle. He's got it. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Wilson to pass. And wings it incomplete. With lots of ground to cover on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Grab near the marker. It's Dobbs. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Now facing a third and long. The give on the inside. Pass to Stinson, still on his feet. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Well, they're able to catch the defense off guard. They're obviously thinking pass. This back is dangerous on first down, second, and third. And it shows you the vision and shows you the speed. And I just love how decisive he is. He's getting north right away.
And third down and long, man, everything in you knows it's a pass. Surely they're not going to run the football. But I think what you said is important. Having a guy like this that can chew up yards so quickly. Because I'm thinking just make the tackle. No big deal. Force the fourth down. Man, what a nice play by the running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The short hands, it's Dobbs. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Give to the running back. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Gator! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the Hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Bringing the heat. Got his man on the right. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Jones wants to throw it. Quick strike complete. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Gets it out fast. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Florida, 42. NC State.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Back to pass on 2nd down. Back open in the middle. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the 1st down here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Takes it on the return. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive from the 42. Jones to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Montgomery. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It stops. And he'll be brought down. 5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Time running short in the half. Complete to the left. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Right on the money. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Gonna take a shot on 2nd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Dobbs. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Touchdown, Gator! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Wilson will throw. Pocket breaking down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Looking downfield very late in the half. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
They'll knock him down, and that will take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to our men in the swamp.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this 3rd quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
There's a great example of the offensive coordinator and quarterback being on the exact same page. The coordinator's anticipating man coverage. The quarterback recognizes it, and immediately he knows which receiver to go to attack this defense.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They'll go right back to the run.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Jones wants to throw it. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Going to swing it on second down. Got it set up on the outside. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got his man. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. And this one will be touched and down at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go.
There he goes. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. They'll give it to him again. Turns it on at midfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Jones to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
The Gators kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll ride the hot hand. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Snags a quick pass on the left. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Wolfpack to start the final period here on second down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
He's brought down at the 33 as the defense keeps him away from that first down marker. Fourth down coming up. Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time? Turning it on! Got the first down. Looking for more. Inside the 30. 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Gators. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Wants to throw on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Line getting set on second down. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That would
breaks free in the middle. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum, gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
To the ground with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. It is good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, Dave. And everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in.
Oh, he's got some space. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop it. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches. I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. It's a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports.